We'll give you a hug because we love ya.
Chelsea Davis coming to you live here today from CHTD TV, doing a show on Dreamers and Achievers. Today we have Lynne Thier. Lynne, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
She has her master's in NLP, 20 years in the fitness and wellness industry, and has written a bestseller on Amazon. Lynne, why do you do what you do? What got you into it?
Oh my. Well, I guess from the point of view of my book, I started with my own story, struggles with trauma, depression, and anxiety. And then from doing all these trainings, I've developed different tools and techniques that actually work with our unconscious mind where everything is stored. So getting results using hypnosis, timeline therapy, and NLP techniques to release depression, get rid of anxiety, because anxiety is what it is focusing on what you don't want to have happen in the future. So there's ways and techniques and tools to cope and to help people kind of release that anxiety so they can feel better. Yeah.
And what inspired you to follow the path of, I guess, from your start, which is you were in the wellness industry to start, and wellness and fitness, you did some competitions yourself and kind of grow it into where you are now to the book. Like, what started you off on that and what got you excited about that?
Well, I guess I started in fitness 20 years ago, and it was all physical fitness and using willpower to do the dieting, to, train, right? And oftentimes we come up against that block, right? And self-sabotage, because really everything is stored, like I said, in our unconscious mind. So if we can work with the unconscious mind to get results for people, such as I'm doing a quit smoking program.
Okay.
So that starts May 6th, and the quit smoking program, basically if you have a habit that you don't want, one like smoking, a habit is learned, so therefore you can unlearn it, but habits are stored in the unconscious mind. So when you try to quit with willpower, with patches and drugs and gum and things like that, it does work sometimes for some people, but oftentimes they might start back, or else they'll still crave that cigarette. Wouldn't it be nice to not even care if someone was smoking around you, that it didn't even bother you at all? So that's what can happen for people who want to quit using a different modality like hypnosis.
And that kind of works for, like you said, the quitting smoking, or someone, maybe overweight or is becoming overweight, or addiction and depression. It's kind of all different. You do one-on-one training, you're doing group sessions to kind of relearn, and I guess, or unlearn, not relearn, unlearn that thing. So they can actually
so to get rid of the bad habits and to create new lasting habits, of course it takes repetition, right? So repeat is what it takes to create that new lasting habit that you want for yourself. With weight loss, some people, the women that I've worked with in the past, a lot of them have had, negative emotional issues, right? So negative emotions, that emotional eating, that those cravings and binging sometimes is due to stress, trauma, and emotions. And when we can get to releasing those emotions with timeline therapy, when we can reinforce what you want for yourself using hypnosis, then guess what? Getting rid of the weight, getting rid of those issues is easier and more effective than trying to do it all consciously with, the quick fix diet pills that are out there and the shakes and whatnot. Instead of having that Band-Aid solution where, people will lose the weight and then inevitably gain it all back plus 10 more pounds, right? That's happened. I've done it before. Hey, I'm guilty. But now, when I'm able to use these other techniques, people get results easier and long-lasting.
Lynne, what's on your highlight reel? What's the highlights going on?
Well, the book is on Amazon right now, and hopefully soon I'll know the date for the actual printed version.
Okay.
Then for me, I'm off to the U.S. again this summer for a month of training to be certified as a trainer of NLP, hypnosis, coaching, and so I'll be able to certify and train others and do training programs. So that'll be a lot of fun to have that.
That's the next big thing.
Yes.
Leah, and I mean, we talked a bit about the book before. That's getting into the stuff is how you kind of overcame and were able to actually write this book and maybe show people it's okay to not be perfect. Everyone's got issues, and it's about getting over your issues, and now you're learning another solution for people to get over stuff or help them out in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And that would go on. So like with the book, what was the hardest part, I guess, about it? What was the hardest part?
I think the hardest part was just actually getting into the mindset of it doesn't matter what other people think about you.
You can never stop learning and growing. That's the second you stop learning or growing, you're done.
Yeah. Well, I thought when I was younger, years ago, I thought, I'm never going to school again. Now that I've graduated, I'm done.
Yeah.
And here I am, 46 years old, and I'm still going. I'm still in school.
You're excited,
I'm
probably.
still learning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whew. Yeah.
So no, that's
still doing it.
throughout your fitness or I guess business or even with the book, what's the best piece of advice that you'd want to pass on to someone starting a business, growing a business, maybe someone just in the wellness industry that's going to a competition like you place in those? What's your best piece of advice for someone? One of your best pieces.
Well, I guess it would be to really just work on your mental aspect, because everything starts from here. People think, well, no, it doesn't start from here. It starts from, I reacted to someone who said something to me, or right. So actually, we choose everything. We choose our responses, right? So you can't say she made me feel this way or do this. It's, no, you chose it, right?
Yeah.
But the best advice would be to start looking and be aware of your thoughts, because people go day by day and they're not even aware of what they're thinking or what they're saying. Be aware of your thoughts.
Yeah.
Be aware of what language you're using. Are you using language that moves you towards what you want or away from what you want? Are you saying things like, I can't do it, I have to, I must? Or are you saying things like, I want to, I'm looking forward to, I get to?
Yeah.
Difference in the language actually makes us feel different inside and produces different results.
Yeah.
So once we learn a little bit more about NLP, which stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, neuro meaning our neurology, linguistics, the language that we're using, and programming, the programming that's going on in the unconscious mind. Once we learn a little bit more about the language we use and our programming, then how we respond to ourselves and others can be totally different. And be very careful of your self-talk. Right? Because that self-talk goes directly into the unconscious mind, right? So be kind and gentle with yourself, because your unconscious mind is that little 5 or 6 year old girl or boy inside of you that just wants to please you, right? So,
it makes it, and that's just a lot of things in life is, some good, some bad, but you always gotta look in the mirror, and you could be creating a lot of your, and it's not always, it's not always easy though just to change that on your own.
No.
Like, if you are waking up and maybe feeling depressed more often than you should, or, maybe that is you have that cigarette addiction and really that's because you think I'm happy when I smoke. Well, that's just your outing.
Right.
And it's looking in the mirror and saying, I want to change, and then maybe going to get the help to change. Because it's not always just, sometimes you need someone to be accountable to and someone to help you out with that. And it's fantastic. I think you're offering a program and different programs and starting to do that one-on-one with people that they can grow themselves, because that's where it's going to start.
Yeah, and I do like breakthrough sessions, which is one-on-one, where basically you come to me with a specific problem, and it takes anywhere from 6 to 12 hours to get rid of that problem. Yeah. So, and it's guaranteed. So it's like, okay, what's the issue? This is what we're going to do. We start with, timeline therapy. We do some NLP techniques and parts integration, perhaps, and let's get rid of the problem.
And that's, you say that's such a little commitment for the rest of your life. Yeah. For anyone who wants to get a hold of you, wants to buy the book, wants to get in contact, and I'm sure they can just call and ask a few questions and find out. Yeah. What are they going to do?
Just go to my website. It's just my name, www.lynnethier.com, the little IER. And they can reach out to me through my website, and I offer, a free consultation by phone, chit-chat, find out exactly, what specifically they want to work on and get rid of, and go from there.
Well, that's fantastic. I want to thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.
Thanks. I've learned a lot through it the last little bit, for sure, from talking. I want to thank everyone for watching this, and, fix what you can before it happens. Or if it's happened now, go get some help. It's a different ways, different thoughts. It's a new world and everything's growing. Don't be scared to go with it. Have a great day.
Bye for now.